Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Weronika, your reality student, and today we will be talking about pros and cons of doing a placement year. So what is even a placement year? A placement year is a year out of university between your second and third year, and it's basically an opportunity for you to gain some work experience in addition to your studies. It should be paid, and it's basically a full-time job for the next 12 months where you will be doing similar duties as a first-year trainee at the company. Of course, as with anything, there are pros and cons of doing a placement year. And since I had the opportunity to pursue it myself, I'd like to tell you about it from my own perspective. Thank you for watching. Let's start with pros. First and most obvious one, you will gain work experience. So not only you will be able to see what the job is really like before committing to 2, 3, 4-year graduate program, but you will be exposed to office and corporate environment, which will enable you to gain new skills and knowledge. From trivial stuff like properly writing formal emails to mastering Excel to discussing business matters with high-level management from your company and clients of your company. Second, you will be earning decent money. Placement students get paid between 17 to 19,000 pounds per year, probably even higher in London. So it's a taster of what is it like to have a nice stable income per month, rather than just a wage from your part-time work. You will be then able to either treat yourself to nice things that you couldn't necessarily afford before, or you will be able to save up a lot, as long as you don't fall into the trap of living to your means. Third, expanding your professional network. You'll meet a lot of new people, your co-workers and clients can be great connections for the future. You'll be able to learn a lot from them about the job, and they will be there to support you and coach you on a daily basis. Also, don't forget that, like yourself, there will be a lot of young people with who you can have a great social life outside of work. Last but not least, fourth, your employer can offer you a permanent role after you finish your degree. If you are good enough, meaning that you show commitment, resilience and hard work, your placement provider is willing to wait for you 1 year until you finish your degree so that you can come back and work for the company again. Sounds like a dream, I know, and believe me it is, because you can just go back to university and finish your degree, get the best grades possible, and you don't have to worry about applying for graduate schemes. And believe me, this takes a lot of pressure from your shoulders, because applying for those schemes can take up to 4 months. So you don't want to be spending time and energy in your last year doing that. Obviously, sometimes there is a situation when the employer can't offer you a permanent role after because there's no capacity to do so, or there's pandemic as recently. However, I feel like that was the case more last year when I was doing my placement. Whilst now all companies kind of adjusted, everybody adjusted, and companies have been hiring for months again. Also, you must remember that even if your employer does not offer graduate schemes, it will boost your CV immensely. Imagine if you're a graduate, fresh graduate, with a full year of work experience. It only works in your advantage. Okay, let's talk about cons now. First, you are a graduate a year later from university. Naturally, because it's a year out, your full course length will be now 4 years instead of 3 years. And I know that in your 20s it might seem like forever, but trust me, in the long run, that extra year brings nothing but benefits. If it really bothers you then, and you really don't want to take the year out and you still want to gain some work experience, I would recommend that you look into doing summer internships. They basically work the same as placements, but they are shorter, meaning that you can gain work experience between 6 weeks to 4 months. Second, you will lose touch with your current course mates. Sadly, because of course your life will be different now, you'll have a full-time job unlike your mates, your friendships might fade or completely break down, especially if you're doing your placement in a different city to your university. And you know, this totally happened to me, it's very upsetting. However, you must realize that, this is life, people come and go, especially if you move on with your own life, and what can I say, you'll just meet new people and make new friends. Third, after having a year out and applying all the theory in practice, when returning back to uni to finish your course, you might find it really boring and daunting. And again, this really hit me and my friends that were doing placement. Since we do finance at university, and we did our placement in finance, in our first year, we feel like we are learning about things that are kind of outdated and useless. So yes, bear in mind that you might get this uni blues where you'll just feel like you can't be bothered with this anymore. But remember, you do have to finish your degree, so don't even think about that. But at the same time, obviously it makes your course easier, so it puts you in a position where you're ahead of your peers. And this is something that lecturers told me, that they've seen tendency that people that came back from placements, they actually achieved higher grades overall than their peers that didn't pursue a placement. So maybe it's not that bad after all. Also, on the top of everything we've just discussed, I just want to say that it is very important that you gain some work experience whilst you're at university through a placement or internship, because if you don't, you might really struggle with getting a graduate job. And why is that? There are 3 reasons. First of them, interns usually get offered graduate jobs, so automatically there's less of them available. Second, graduate schemes are very competitive and hard to get because all students in the third year suddenly realize, oh no, I need to get a proper job. And third, if a recruiter has 2 identical CVs of students and one of them has work experience, you can only answer yourself who is more likely to actually get the job. Also, one last thing I want to tell you is that since I completed my placement, I actually had many recruiters reaching out to me through LinkedIn asking if I want a job, which is very, very nice. And if you think about it, I only have 1 year of work experience, which isn't really a lot, but it only puts in perspective how vital the work experience is. So I hope that throughout my pep talk, I convinced you to do a placement or gain some work experience, and you're going to start applying as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in comments. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It's a new account. I'm growing this YouTube channel, so it would mean a lot to me if you could help me getting the content out. Until next time, bye!